Hello, everyone. We are here at the Bible Baptist Church in Champaign, Illinois. Pretty famous place for the University of Illinois right here. And I am sitting next to the pastor at Bible Baptist, Pastor Steve Swan. And Steve, this morning, with the class that came in for this seminar, they were just so sweet and attentive. What would you say about them?
Well, I think we've all have a desire in our heart to grow closer to God. And I know that one of the main ways we grow closer to God is developing a lifestyle or a culture of prayer in our personal lives and also in our church.
Yeah. So when you invited us to come and do this, what did you have in mind? What would be some of the things you'd like to see developed in your church in relationship to prayer? By the way, we're presenting a practical theology of corporate prayer, and the key words that we're learning are Jesus Christ, obviously present and actively in charge. And so then we move from that to pray with Christ, obviously present and actively in charge. And so that gives you a little bit of a background, what we've been covering. And so what did you have in mind, Brother Steve, when you invited us to come?
Well, I was praying that we would encourage the church and challenge the church, number one, to develop a personal prayer life. And I don't think you've gotten there yet in our seminar today, but I think you're going to get there either today or tomorrow, that we develop prayer groups within the church and that we get together once a week somewhere on the phone or at a coffee shop or in the office, wherever, and spend time in prayer together.
I'm so glad you brought that up, because what we're actually after is to develop a prayer culture in the church, so it just becomes natural for us to, if we got an issue, we're praying about it. Whenever we're making organizational plans, we're praying about it. And so you're right. We're going to get to that this afternoon. We've spent the morning together, and we got about another hour in our seminar today. But nevertheless, we want to develop that. So is there anything else that you would say to our folks as far as prayer in the church, and good or bad or indifferent things that you have experienced?
Well, I mean, as a pastor and probably speaking to pastors and maybe a congregation that is going to be listening to this seminar at some point in the future, we all know that we need to get better at prayer. We read our Bible, we read Jesus, he was God, and yet he took time away every day, it seems like, and alone with God in prayer, and it is just a great need. And if our churches are ever going to do great things for God, then we have to spend that time in prayer, asking God to do those things, and believing that God, if we are asking for what's according to his will, that he will answer it. But we have to ask, and that takes taking the time to pray.
Okay, I'm going to put you on the spot, and that is there any one takeaway that you got from this morning that you would share?
Just one.
More.
No, I mean, just knowing that God is always with us, and that he is the center of everything we do, and we must consciously, daily, hourly, make sure that God is the center of everything that we are doing.
And we're going to work this afternoon on how to maybe organize, if I can use that word, our organism of the local church into helping us be able to be spontaneous and planned in meeting with Jesus. And you know, our signature verse is Revelation 3:20, where Jesus said to the Laodicean church, "Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If anyone hear my voice and open the door, I will come into him and sup with him, and he with me." And I just love to tell local churches that the God of the universe is willing to meet with them at the table for an indefinite amount of time just to give them his heart and his direction. Pastor Steve, it's been a joy to be with you. The Lord bless you. I'm looking forward to the afternoon.
Amen. It's great having you here with us, Joe.
Amen. Thanks.